Very good afternoon. I'm doing well. How are you?
Jolly good, ma'am. Thank you very much for asking. Extremely sorry for the delay. I was occupied with a few things. Just now, I'm done with my session, and I'm here. And
Hey.
I thank you very much for getting in touch with me for this delightful session that we are going to have. And I'm extremely confident that the learners, your audience, they are going to find it super informative. And I really appreciate the initiative that you have taken. I'm one of your subscribers, and the kind of video that you upload, the kind of quality that's there, it's second to none. That's what I'll say, ma'am. I see quite a lot of people, ma'am, off late masquerading as English teachers, and as compared to them, I mean, you have got your skills, ma'am. Jolly good job done.
Thank you so much. I'm still not able to
You're
wrap
most
my
welcome,
head
ma'am.
around the fact that when I messaged you yesterday, you told me that you watch my videos and you have subscribed to my channel. So I'm just
Yes.
a regular homemaker, and you are a skilled person who is tutoring people with so many years of experience. So I was taken aback for a few moments. I just wanted to ask you this. How did you stumble upon my videos?
Ma'am, I was just going through my timeline, and there I saw your video, like the thumbnail. I clicked on it, and the discussion that you had with a learner, and the kind of feedback that you shared. It was quite good, ma'am. I was really impressed because these kind of things I usually don't find, and I always appreciate talent. It doesn't matter whether you're a homemaker or you're into teaching profession. You have got the knowledge, you have got the skill sets as well as the expertise, and we need to appreciate and we need to celebrate that, ma'am. I'm a kind of person who loves to gain knowledge from any and every source, right? I learn from fools, I learn from sages. That's how I do my things, ma'am. And keep up the good work, ma'am. And whatever I can do to support you or to help you out, I'll be more than glad as far as this session is going to be concerned or the session is concerned, ma'am.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
You're most
Yes.
welcome, ma'am.
Yeah, we will start with introduction. I just want you to introduce yourself to the audience, please.
By all means, audience, my name is Vivek. I'm a humble and a modest master trainer of IELTS, certified by IDP. I have a couple of certifications as well, a C2 and LPT, language proficiency test. Plus, I used to work for corporates long time ago as a communication trainer, as a universal trainer. Then have worked for a couple of schools as the communication in charge, where my roles and responsibilities were to help the teachers so that they can effectively train the students. Now, I have a very small page on Instagram where I upload quality content so that I can help IELTS aspirants as well as the IELTS trainers. And that's what I do. And the name of my Instagram page is talk.unlock. And I have a very small YouTube channel. The name of the channel is Fluent India. The vision behind this channel is to empower the learners that we have, the professionals who face a lot of challenges in context to communication skills. So the mantra that drives me is we should never allow English or communication skills to act as a barrier or challenge between ourselves and success. So that's the whole endeavor is all about, ma'am. Any other questions, ma'am, that I
Yes,
may answer?
yes, definitely. Just a small doubt in it. Do you also
Certainly,
train the
ma'am.
trainers?
Of course, ma'am, by all means. There are certain schools who rely on my limited expertise to empower their faculty. Plus, there are certain IELTS trainers, communication trainers, public speaking trainers whom I train, ma'am. My forte is public speaking as well as creative writing. And I also take care of IELTS, which is International English Language Testing System, where four competencies are evaluated: your
Yes.
reading skills, your listening skills, your speaking, and your writing. So that's where I come into the equation. With whatever knowledge I have, I try to impart that knowledge without any hesitation, ma'am. I really want my students, my trainees, to have desired level of skill set so that they can impart the knowledge in an effective manner and they can help their students, ma'am.
Yes. And I think the speaking module is the most challenging one because reading, writing, listening, you're able to do, but speaking, a person is sitting in front of you and they're recording your speech. So that is what I found was the most challenging for me when I gave my IELTS. So do
Wow.
you
When
get?
did you take the test, ma'am?
I took the test in 2010 when I was like moving to Australia.
2010.
Yeah, long
Wow.
time ago. I got a band 8.
Likewise, ma'am, I took it in 2012 and 2013. A lot of water has passed under the bridge since then, ma'am. After that, I went for a couple of certifications, like a T3, train the trainer one. And since then, I'm helping the trainers as well as the IELTS aspirants, ma'am. Plus, I'm also into corporate training. There are like few organizations who invite me to train their employees from customer service perspective, sales perspective, right, corporate training perspective. So these kind of things I usually cater to, ma'am.
Okay, since you have like a stronger suit in public speaking and corporate trainings, so
Absolutely.
I have a lot of queries from people who get stuck when there are sudden meetings, when they don't have time to prepare for that particular speech or meeting. They get stuck and they are very nervous to face or present themselves, give a presentation, talk to people. But I don't have a strong suit in the same, so I would like you to give some tips on what will help them.
Ma'am, speaking without preparation, that's what we call impromptu or extempore, right? What I believe is, ma'am, if you have to deliver any presentation or if you have to articulate your ideas in front of people, preparation is the most imperative thing, right? Failing to plan is like planning to fail. This is what I believe, ma'am. However, there are certain instances, there are certain scenarios in this life when we do not have the liberty or leverage of effective preparation. So at
Yes.
that point in time, ma'am, first things first, we need to have confidence in our abilities. Without confidence, nothing is possible. I understand, ma'am. People, they are nervous. They are a bit edgy. However, by following, there's this technique I have invented it. It's called the peer technique or the peer method of articulating your ideas. And now you'll be wondering what on earth is the peer method. Now let me tell you, ma'am. Where P stands for point. Point means whatever is your thought, mention it. Then E stands for explanation. In one or two sentences, ma'am, you need to explain the topic. Another E, it stands for example. You need to share a relevant example related to the topic. And the R, it stands for restate. Restate is a verbal full stop. When we write, we give a full stop, ma'am, which gives an impression to the reader that the sentence is over. But when we speak, do we say full stop? I don't think so. How exactly the audience is going to know that the topic is over? And this is the reason why a lot of people they fail in job interviews as well, because
Yes.
the examiner is thinking that the interviewer is thinking that the interview is going to mention something else, right? Something more. They would like to add some more value, but the interview is like, okay, sir, okay, sir. So this is going to make everything right go down the drain. So you need to have a verbal full stop. Now let me help the audience in understanding and comprehending this peer method with the help of a relevant example or a question, ma'am. Suppose if someone asks me, hey Vivek, what's your favorite dish? And if I just say, oh, my favorite dish is pizza, that is it. No, let's apply the peer method, ma'am. Point, my favorite dish is pizza. Now, explanation. In my mind, I'll make a couple of sentences where I would like to mention why I love pizza. So you can say, I love pizza because of its delicious taste. Delicious is a bit, what do you call, overused word, right? Tasty, delicious. We can use words like scrumptious. We can use words like delectable. We can use words like palatable, right? It's
Yes.
going to enhance the quality of the language,
Mm.
right? So I can mention I love pizza because of its scrumptious taste and cheesy flavor. Then I'll give one example. Last week I ordered pizza from where? Domino's. If I say Domino's Pizza Hut, people are going to be angry. So I just say last week I ordered pizza from XYZ outlet. And let me tell you, it was mouth-watering. Now I'll come to the restate part. And that's the reason why pizza is my all-time favorite dish. So here I applied the spear method and I was able to generate the ideas on a real-time basis and I was able to present it as well, ma'am. So this technique, this method, my dear audience, right, it's going to help you first in generating the ideas and then in structuring the ideas as well. And then it's up to you how good you are in presenting your views. So this is something that I always advise my students, man, my trainees, to follow, so that they will never run out of ideas, and they will be able to structure the ideas, present the ideas, and that would be all, ma'am. There's another one that is called CARE technique. I'm not the inventor of this one, where C stands for context, right? What is the matter? A stands for action. What did you do? R stands for result. What eventually happened? And E stands for experience. How did you feel? Or how did the stakeholders associated with that particular scenario or situation or topic they faced? So and there are more technique like spark technique, right? There's one star method, ma'am, that is like extremely effective and useful during interviews, where S stands for situation. What's a situation? T stands for task. What exactly was the task which you were supposed to do? A stands for action. What did you do? And R stands for result. What eventually happened? And I'm extremely confident, ma'am, if the learners, they apply these methods, ma'am, they will never run out of ideas. They will never be jittery or nervous. And they will be able to impress their audience. In plain and simple words, they will be able to leave a lasting impression in the hearts and in the minds of their audience, ma'am.
Yes,
And
yes.
I hope you found these techniques, these methods really effective.
Yes, yes, yes. The other question is like, if a person who's sitting opposite to you talks better English or is better in the language as compared to you, you tend to go blank. I think that's human psychology. You become blank. You
I
don't know what
concur
is
with you. Sorry to interrupt you. I strongly concur with you, ma'am. This is a part of an ingrained part of human psychology. It's very difficult to eliminate, ma'am. Now, I have faced it. Like, there's no point in hiding it. I used to face this particular concern during the initial part of my career. Let me tell you, ma'am. Long time ago, I believe it's like 15 years ago, ma'am, I used to work for Accenture, right? I was a voice and accent trainer in Bangalore, right?
okay.
What happened at that point in time, after joining the organization, in front of my manager, I used to be tongue-tied, ma'am. I was unable to enunciate my views effectively, right? Whatever I had in my mind, I was unable to present it. I used to have hesitation, plus the choice of words, right? The command over vocabulary, the phraseology that I used to exhibit was pretty much downright pedestrian, ma'am. And then I used to use a lot of non-verbal fillers like one fine day, my manager told me, Vivek, it seems that you are a wrong hire. I took your interview. In the interview, you used to sound extremely confident, but now look at you. What's wrong? Right. That incident really made me think a lot. Right. I got to know, ma'am, at the end of the day, the demons that we have, it's inside us. And we need to slay our own demons. No one is going to come and help you out. So for that, ma'am, there are four things, right? I applied. The very first thing was I started identifying my audience, right? If my audience, they have better skill sets than me, I don't have to be jealous. The very first thing, right? Again, it's a common human tendency. Oh, this person speaks so fluent, right? And then what happens is most of them, they'll drop a dislike. I have observed it, ma'am. They'll drop a dislike on your videos or on shots. It's a common human tendency. It's all right. So the very first thing is, ma'am, to know your audience. When I say know your audience, you need to tailor your message to their interest and to their knowledge level, ma'am. And this will make our content more relevant and engaging. Plus, ma'am, there is no substitute for practicing, right? You need to practice a lot. I have observed a lot of people saying, I learn English, follow this technique, and in 15 minutes, you will learn English, right? Follow this method in 60 hours or in 60 days, in 30 days, you'll find a lot of people on YouTube, ma'am. The fact of the matter is they set the wrong expectations with people. And after 30 or 60 days, the learners are unable to master the language. They become frustrated, ma'am. It happens. Now, the third thing is, ma'am, you need to work on the body language as well.
Hmm.
Again, an important part of public speaking, right? When I say body language, your eyes, eye contact, right? Always maintain the eye contact with the audience. Your hands, move your hands. But when I say move your hands, you don't have to dance, right? You don't have to, I mean, it should not distract your audience. There's a reason, there's a rationale behind it. Whenever we are rigid, ma'am, whenever we are not moving our body, either on the stage or while sitting, there is a kind of nervous negativity that surrounds us. And
Yes.
if we move our body, we are able to break the shackles of that nervous negativity. But this technique will help you only if you have decent command over the language.
Yeah.
Because whenever we have to perform, ma'am, right, for the very first 5 to 6 seconds, there's this attack of nervous negativity, right?
Yeah.
It haunts us, ma'am. And if we are able to like come out of that barrier, and if we have belief in our abilities, ma'am, we will be able to articulate our ideas in a proper manner. And last but not the least, it's structuring your speech, ma'am, structuring your content. You need to have faith in yourself, right? God help those who help themselves, right? God provides winds, but a man must raise the sail, right? It's a Greek saying.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, you need to take efforts. I forgot, ma'am, who said either Aristotle, Plato, or what, or Socrates. My memory doesn't serve me like the way it used to in the past. But yes, here we go. You need to have faith in your abilities. You need to practice, structure your speech, follow the method that I shared a few moments ago. And I believe you will be able to speak effectively. And nervousness, hesitation, ma'am, it goes it goes away by practicing. Unless and until you don't have confidence in your abilities, ma'am, nothing is going to happen. Confidence will come once you are a subject matter expert and once
Yes.
you practice a lot, ma'am. There is no substitute, ma'am. Nothing will help. Watching videos, reading books, right, will help us to a certain extent. It's very much like how to drive a car, ma'am. I can watch all the videos on YouTube. I can read all the books. Till the time I don't sit on the driver's seat behind the wheels, I don't put my foot on the pedal, I don't take my car out, crash a couple of times, don't kill people, but I won't be able to learn how to drive car effectively. Speaking is very much like that, ma'am. Watching videos, content will help us, but we need to practice. This is what I did. It gave me desired results, and this is what I advise, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. Thank you. And the other question I had
Most
was like,
welcome.
you just mentioned
Mhm.
that you train people on accent. So, what's your take on
Yeah.
accent? Maintain it neutral or try to copy the West? Or what kind of advice do you give to your learners or trainers?
Mhm. Ma'am, I always emphasize on the significance of having a neutral accent. When I say neutral accent is one accent which will not give an impression to your audience that what exactly is your mother tongue. Can you guess what's my mother tongue? It's not Hindi. It's
See, being
Bhojpuri,
honest,
ma'am.
I've seen
It's
your videos
Bhojpuri.
already, and I know your originality. But if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't know what your originality was.
It's Bhojpuri, ma'am. It's spoken in the eastern part of Uttar Pradesh, in the western part of Bihar, and in probably half a dozen other countries, ma'am. Right. What I always advise, ma'am, by my trainees, don't fake anything, ma'am. If you're going to fake, right, you will not be natural. Real beauty lies in simplicity, and once you are natural, no show off, no jazz, no nothing, ma'am. But how to achieve neutral accent? A lot of people they say, "I'll teach you American accent," right? I mean, see, dear audience, you tell me when I spoke like that, I sounded really fake, right? And when we do that, we'll fall flat on our face, right? This is the fact of the matter. Neutral accent is one accent which will not give an impression to your audience what exactly is your mother tongue. Now, when we talk about accent, ma'am, mother tongue plays a very major role because that's our first language, ma'am. So the influence of first language is always there on the second or on the third language, whatever you speak. Suppose if Bengali is my mother tongue, like let's consider a hypothetical situation. So my west will become waste, right? just like that. Suppose I have majority of my life I have spent in South India, right? Again, people, M is pronounced as yum, H, right? But it is M, H, right? So that's
Yes.
how you'll get to know. Again, nothing against the people, right? If the mother tongue is Punjabi, Canada at times becomes Canada, manager becomes manager, strong becomes satrang, things like that, ma'am. Same goes for like some. I have got like people from students from other countries as well. My Spanish trainees, country becomes country, collar, like that, right? My Arabic students, they are unable to pronounce this word per. So for them, per becomes ber, ma'am, ber. So payment will become payment, right? Possible will become possible. But again, nothing against them, that this language is not there. Students from Southeastern Asia, probably from Japan, they don't have that ch sound, man. Ch becomes sir for them, right? Things like that. So
Yeah.
again, accent is part of our personality. We need to be original, but at the same point in time, man, we should not allow the effect of mother tongue to overshadow, right, the correct pronunciation. We mispronounce because of a couple of things. Number one, effect of mother tongue. Number two, lack of knowledge, ma'am.
Yes.
So this is the reason why, ma'am. I always say, try to know the correct pronunciation. Don't imitate anyone, right? Once you know how exactly this word is supposed to be pronounced, practice it. There's no substitute for practicing. But yes, due to nowadays, ma'am, there's a lot of impact of American accent because
Yes.
of the celebrities that we follow, the actors that we have. They tend to speak in American accent. They'll say schedule, right? But in British or in neutral, is schedule, right? Schedule and schedule, share and scare, right? Things like that. Missile becomes missile, right? Things. So yes, if you're living in the US, then of course do you need to do what Romans do, right? If you are living
Yes.
in Rome.
Yes.
But if you're in India, come on, stop speaking like Americans, right? Try to have your own originality. There's no harm in that. There's no rule in the Indian Penal Code which says that if you mispronounce anything, you will be sent behind bars. Life doesn't work that way. Yes, we all make mistakes. Even I make mistakes. If I say that I don't make mistakes, right? I'm holier than thou. I'm the best possible thing ever to happen in the world of phonetics or to happen in the world of public speaking, then I'll be the biggest liar to walk on the face of Mother Earth. We all make mistakes. We need to
Yes.
learn from our mistakes and we need to practice. That's what I believe, ma'am. And
Yes.
next question, please shoot.
That was wonderful. Yeah, really, thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you.
On a lighter note, if
Most
you
welcome.
allow me, may I ask you, what do you do for fun?
Fun, ma'am. That is one question for the ages, ma'am. Right? The fact is, yes, fun is when I teach my students, ma'am. When I help, I don't teach, I train them. When I train them, I try to impart some essence of fun. In real life, ma'am, real life is really mundane and monotonous. There was this time I used to have fun during my teenage days, right, starting off my career, but as my experience graduated, ma'am, had a lot of responsibilities on my humble shoulder, and that aspect of life started eluding me, ma'am. So I decided to have fun in my training sessions, ma'am. I believe till the time you don't infuse certain essence, certain elements, fun in your learning, ma'am, your teaching is going to be really boring, one dimensional, and the takeaway is not going to be there. So that's how I do it, ma'am. I believe that we have been connected for the past like 15-20 minutes, and I
Yes.
was certainly able to infuse certain elements of fun. And dear audience, if you agree, do mention it in the comments. And Shanta ma'am is doing a commendable job. You guys need to support her, right? Share our video lessons as much as possible, right? Inundate her comment section with questions. I think there's some
When you were talking, I just realized that you really love what you do. And that is like your hobby. You do it for fun and you enjoy what you're
my
doing.
passion,
So,
ma'am.
yeah, what is the best part of your job?
Ma'am, when I see when I'm able to contribute in ensuring that people are able to realize their dreams, their ambitions, their aspirations, ma'am, it gives me an immense sense of satisfaction, ma'am. And it summarizes the fact that the hard work that I put in, right, I just contribute 10%. 90% of the job is done by my trainees. It's a two-way street, ma'am. It's a teamwork. But
Yes.
I feel that 10% that I dedicated, it resulted into 100%, right? My trainee was able to achieve their goals, and it really fills my heart, ma'am, with immense joy, with immense pleasure. And this motivates me. This is the fuel, ma'am, which drives me, which propels me to give my 100% day in and day out, right? And this is what it is, ma'am. Extremely passionate about what I do.
Yeah, that's so nice. Like you're so humble and modest, no air at all around you, which is very
Sorry,
impressive
ma'am.
because being
We
at
all
that.
are simple human beings, ma'am. We should see. Arrogance is truth. Arrogance is a real truth, right? But we need to ensure that, ma'am, as we move up, right, in this life, ma'am, right, as we progress, there are certain qualities, certain virtues that we need to incorporate. Humility, right? It's one of the greatest virtue, because life is a great leveler, ma'am. Life teaches you everything, and there's God above as well, ma'am. And we need to understand who is the master and who is the puppet. We are mere puppets, ma'am. Right? And we should never make fun of anyone's communication skills, right? This is
Yeah.
what I believe. Everybody is good at something or the other. If I'm quite all right in communication skills, there are many things that I'm not good at, ma'am. I don't have even, right, a tiny iota of knowledge about those things. So I always have huge respect for people, ma'am, um, who know things, right, that I don't. And we need to be humble. We need to be modest, always and always, ma'am. That's what I believe. And help people, ma'am, as much as possible. Please help them, ma'am. And by doing this, ma'am, if we are able to transform people's life, God is there, ma'am. God is going to take care of me. If I'm able to take care of my things, then there is someone, right? My master is going to take care of his puppet.
Yeah, wonderful message. Honestly, very
Thank you,
nice.
ma'am.
So I just wanted to give a feedback on my English, on my communication skills, because
Hey, ma'am.
I want something from
You are
you.
quite good, ma'am. See, sorry to
What
interrupt
should
you,
I
ma'am.
improve on? Yeah.
You were saying something? You are quite decent, ma'am. Let me ask you about your qualification. Do you have like any teaching experience? Because you make sense. I mean, I'm able to identify. Again, I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet. I'm in this profession, ma'am, from the past like 17 years, you can say, right? 2007, 2008. I've got like pretty strong communication coaching and feedback background I have.
Hmm.
Plus, I have a lot of international exposure. Again, not trying to sound arrogant here. And I'm able to judge people, ma'am. Like within a few seconds, right? My mind is conditioned. It's wired in that manner, ma'am. And
Yes.
you have got decent command over grammar. I believe I have commented probably a month
Yes.
ago, right?
Yes.
I observed, right? Like 5, 10 minutes. I was hardly able to find any grammatical errors. So, see, in my opinion, grammar is the backbone of any and every language. You'll find a lot of traders there, ma'am. Accent is like message. Again, not making fun of anyone. Come on, guys, you need to work on yourself. If you want, if you're saying that you are a trainer, then there are audience who consider you as role models. And if
Yes.
you're going to make mistakes, what exactly your audience is going to learn? So the cut to the chase, ma'am. Your grammar is quite all right, ma'am. Like top class, right? The way you speak, your tone, things, ma'am, you're doing excellent, excellent. Couple of things, ma'am, like if work, right? I won't say like an area of, I won't call it a weakness, neither an area of improvement, but yes, choice of words, ma'am, right? In this limited conversation, I was unable to judge it effectively. Again, on a scale of like 1 to 10, I'll easily give you an 8.5 to 9, ma'am. Easy.
Okay, so it was just that I have to improve a little bit on my vocabulary and something
Kind
on
of,
those
ma'am,
lines.
kind of. Like, I have to say something, right, for the sake of it. So I've mentioned, ma'am, you're doing a commendable job. Have faith in your abilities.
Yeah, I
And
do.
you are a confident person, right? You're a homemaker as well. Tell me a little about your family. I saw on your DP, right? You have a kid. What's the name of your child?
My son is Samarth, he's 5 years old, and I have a daughter, Sanidhi, she's 10.
Wow. And where are you from, ma'am?
I'm from Karnataka, I'm from Karnataka and
Where
I'm
I
a
have
full-time
spent
homemaker.
seven years, great and grand years of my life in Karnataka.
In
Well,
Bangalore?
Kannada ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬರ್ತಲ್ಲ ma'am. Right.
When I saw you for the
Long
first
time
time
ago,
on
ma'am.
Rajni's channel, I assumed you are from Kerala, like by your appearance. But I was taken aback when you told that you are
Appearances
from
are, they are like
English.
really deceptive, ma'am. They are really deceptive. So
Okay.
Malayalam was my third language in school. I have studied Malayalam for 1 year, right? I was born and raised in Port Blair in Andaman Islands, right? I'm from Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. My dad was posted there. So I
Okay.
studied my schooling from Andaman Islands, my graduation from Karnataka, my post graduation from Madras, Chennai, right?
Mm.
I hope people are not going to haunt me for saying Madras, right? And then I worked in Bangalore, ma'am. Then I moved to Gurgaon, the Jaggery village. I worked
Mm.
there as well. Then I packed my bags, went to my hometown, Varanasi, ma'am.
Okay.
So, and I love Karnataka, ma'am. It's an amazing, amazing state.
It
People are
is.
so warm, so friendly, so helpful.
Yes.
Plus, I learned a lot, ma'am. That state played a critical role, ma'am, in shaping my abilities, plus my knowledge and skills, ma'am. The initial part of my professional career, it began in Bangalore, ma'am. So I
Okay.
learned a lot, ma'am. I learned a lot. So that's the
Yes.
reason why I have a soft corner for this great state of Karnataka, ma'am. Always
Thank
and
you so
always.
much. Yes.
You're
And
most
the
welcome,
meeting
ma'am.
is going to end soon. Is there anything else you want to share at the end of the session?
Uh, of course, ma'am. See, to the audience, ma'am, I would suggest them to practice. Try to find a language partner, and with them practice. And your language partner should have the skills to provide you effective and logical feedback. Watch videos, learn
Yes.
from the videos, but then practice those things. And one of the most important thing, if you're unable to find a partner,
Mm.
talk to yourself in English. Think in English. Thinking in English is the very first step when you are embarking on the path to achieve fluency and immaculate command over communication skills.
Mm.
Always think in English. We think in our mother tongue, but you need to take initiative. You need to come out of your comfort zone, talk to
Yeah.
yourself in English, think
Mm.
in English, dream in English as well, and work very hard. Never judge a person by virtue of their communication skills. This is what I would
Yeah.
suggest them. I wish everyone, right, great success in their academic and their professional career, right? And do support Shanta ma'am. As I said, she is doing an incredible job helping you guys out, right? Sharing her knowledge and enhancing your skill set. So share this video lesson and our other lessons as much as possible. This is what I'll say, ma'am. And again,
Thank
I
you.
thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me this opportunity by virtue of which whatever limited knowledge I had, ma'am, I was able to share. And
Yes.
we'll try to have these kind of sessions, right, in future as well, ma'am,
I
on
would love.
some really thought-provoking
Yes.
topics that would help the audience in acquiring an incredible command over the language, ma'am.
Yes.
And
Yes. We'll definitely
by
do
saying
that.
this, I rest my case. And you please take very good care of yourself and your family. God bless you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining on such a
Most
short
welcome.
notice. Thank you. That's all I can say. Bye bye. Take
Always
care.
a
You have
pleasure,
a
ma'am.
good
Always
day.
a pleasure. God bless, ma'am. God bless.
Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.